Hey guys, thank you MaxWeb for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to talk. I do appreciate it big time. I'm going to give you a short talk about how to enter the CIS market, and CIS stands for Commonwealth Independent States, which are simply former USSR countries. My name is Roman. I started my career back in 2014, was working in lead generation department for IDG Group, which is one of the biggest marketing company in the world. And I guess late 2015, I started my affiliate journey. I used to be an affiliate myself, then I built a team, then another team, was involved in a number of different projects and businesses that I run myself and with my partners. And for the last couple of years, I'm focusing on AF People project, and at AF People we help international companies to enter the CIS market, and actually vice versa. We help local businesses to go global, and we do it by combining PR and marketing strategies with content creation. We do create all sorts of content, and we do understand affiliate marketing business. So everything we do is by affiliates and for affiliates, be it just a blog post or a documentary. We can even produce that. Now I need to begin with the market introduction, I guess, saying enough about myself and the business that I represent. What is the CIS? Already as mentioned, the CIS is the Commonwealth Independent States, and that includes 11 countries, mostly Russian speaking, and with entire population closing to 300 million people. So the market is really huge, and you might want to have a piece of this pie, because historically we are good with everything technology related, traffic related, thanks to the good educational system again. What do I have to mention? 11 countries, 2 of those are the biggest, Russia and Ukraine. They're both the biggest in terms of the population and as centers of affiliate marketing industry in the region. Moscow and St. Petersburg in Russia, and Kiev and Ukraine, those are really the hubs for everything affiliate marketing related. Like sometimes when I visit a global international conference, I think that like almost half of the attendees, at least half of the companies, do originate from either Russia or Ukraine. So the market is really big, and you might even want to call it Russian-speaking countries, not the CIS, because, for example, like Georgia is officially not a part of the CIS, but most of the people would speak Russian there up to this day and at least be able to understand. So we kind of like speak about it as of Russian-speaking community. And let me just tell you a little bit more about your audience, about the people you are. Just a few bullet points, if you allow. People mostly wouldn't speak English here. Relatively young age we are, like 22, 36, I would say, within this range. Mostly men, tend to form teams and set companies. White hat transition is being happened for quite a time. Strongest verticals are gambling and Nutra. Also dating is strong, and some lead generation. We are very tech savvy, very, like we are good to come up with creative technology solutions. Let's dive into it a bit deeper. Let me firstly talk about the language. I think that is something that you cannot overvalue actually. You can do some business if you speak only English, if your employees speak only English, if your manager speak only English. You still can be present, but if you want to squeeze the maximum out of this market, you want to hire someone who speaks Russian fluently. Just because the communication is important. And a lot of people would not be able to even speak basic English. So it's important that you translate and localize your website and some documentations if you run a service or CIS product or whatever it might be. If you are a tracker, you might want to translate your documentation into Russian. So that's important thing. About gender and age, as I already mentioned, it's mostly a man game, even though throughout my career I have met a few females, but it's rather exception. And again, yeah, we are young peeps here. If you go to a local conference, most of the people would be under 30, under their 30. Lots of rich people, rich affiliates, I mean, between 20 and 25. So you kind of want to be understood by them. You kind of don't wear a suit, if you like, because they are young. Another thing that I wanted to note is the region is known for big companies focusing on traffic monetization. I personally know just here around the corner there is an office with 100 plus people focusing entirely just on traffic monetization, and it's not rare. So this tendency to form teams and build proper business with processes and like human resource department, IT department, finance department, it's a common thing. And that is something that I like to stress and underline. To have one client like this working with your network might skyrocket your revenue, because those guys, they are able to drive an incredible amount of traffic. That is something that I often try to make my clients understand, is that when you spend on PR and marketing activities, you should also keep in mind that just one client might well pay all your activities off. And you need to bear it in mind entering the market. Many speculate that the time of solo affiliates already passed. I'm not necessarily agree. I still do know myself a few solo affiliates doing everything themselves, technologies, financing, like running traffic, coming up with creatives, pretty much everything. And they are also guys that we want to target. It's not rare again to see guys generating like 100K revenue just by themselves. So you want to keep it in mind also. Media channels. Again, I'm going to give you a few bullet points and then we're going to discuss them more in detail. Media channels, how to find your clients, how to find affiliates, how to find your audience. Telegram messaging app, it's your go-to place. It's your number one place to go. That is super important. I don't know, if you are not in Telegram, you're mostly invisible. It's just in the West, you like to read newsletters. We don't really read newsletters, but we are always in Telegram. We read news there, we communicate. Some companies have their entire communications held within Telegram app, and it's not rare. Like in my companies, we never used Slack. we always had everything within Telegram because that's brilliant, that's convenient to have your communication there. Up to this day, I host my entire business in Telegram app. So it's very important that you are present actually in Telegram. Forums are still popular, and you should not really neglect it. A vast plethora of media like outlets and bloggers also. Social media comes down to just VK, Vkontakte, like Russian replica of Facebook it is, and conferences, 3 major ones, all of them happening either in Moscow or Kiev. Let me just tell you more about that. Just gonna continue about conferences. The biggest one I would say is MAC, that stands for Moscow Affiliate Conference. And it happens usually twice a year in Moscow. And they used to have it in Kiev, and I'm not sure if they are doing it now due to these coronavirus restrictions. But this one is the biggest. The one just ended last month, and I went there, and it was totally brilliant. It just, I would say, like closing to 4,000 people. And what is good about Russian conferences, you go there and you meet affiliates there. There are affiliates mostly, like companies come also. But I would say 70% of the attendees are actually guys who run traffic, who buy traffic and monetize it. And it's brilliant, really. You probably want to consider, if you're serious about the market, actually going there yourself and check and probably buy a booth, or at first just walk it through yourself and see. There are few more like Kinza, just to mention, and a number of local ones, but probably you want to focus on those international because it's more common to meet people there who at least be able to speak some basic English. What should I mention about Telegram? There are 2 types of media channels in there. First, they are called actually channels, and you just broadcast your message. Consider it as a Facebook wall, but your message is actually delivered to everyone who is subscribed to your channel. So it's not the same way as in Facebook, which is, I can't really understand the way it works, because even in your own Facebook page, you need to advertise your message to your audience, which is ridiculous. It doesn't happen in Telegram. If a user subscribed to your channel, to your company's channel, they are going actually to see your message. They might mute your channel, but anyways, they're gonna be able to see that once they open your channel. So that's perfect and brilliant for just delivering your message out there. Like, it could be everything: offer updates, best converting traffic spots, offers, useful articles, whatever you might come up with, actually. And another type of channels are chats, and they are perfect for just communication. They might be up to, I don't know, what is the limit? It used to be 10,000 people, but now I see chats even bigger than that. So you can actually have affiliates chatting about your product or a vertical that you are good at or a product that you represent. It could be about anything. If you are able to moderate this chat, it could be a great source of new leads, because you might be able to actually tackle people's problem, and they might consider you an expert. Imagine you run a Nutra network and you start a chat about trial Nutra offers in the US, for example, and people come to actually communicate, to chat about how to run it successfully. So, you might help them not only with advice, but also with offers. That's something for you to consider. What else should I mention? Forums, they are still in use for us. There are 2 types of forums. paid ones and they are closed, and like public ones that are open and free. And paid ones are for top affiliates. It's hard to get in. You need an introduction. You need to pay a fee. Just they are sort of like equivalents of the STM forum, but local ones. And once you are in with your product, which is hard but possible to have an official topic, an official thread within the forum, if you are there, that is another great source of leads for you. No doubt that. As for open and public forums, the quality of leads are not that good because those forums are mostly visited by newbies that don't have this purchasing power, and they just look basic information. But again, if you have product that is suitable for newcomers, that's another great source of leads for you. What else have I mentioned? Media outlets and bloggers. It's ridiculous how popular it is. I found it one of the biggest media outlet myself, so I know how that works from within. And almost like every half a year, another media outlet comes into existence. And we have some of the websites with entire 500,000 visits a month, for example, which is, considering the size of the industry, is incredible number to me. Just to name a few, all of them are in Russian and local, like Partnerkin, Pro Traffic, Traffic Cardinals, Traffic Monstra. There are really like 10 plus different websites that you can advertise on, that you can use to make your voice heard, actually, like paid reviews, interviews, case studies can be published there. That is a really great source for you to get exposed. Bloggers and influencers also, like only in Russia we have them more than internationally, at least to my knowledge. And that can be another great source of leads for you. Here we tend to trust people. I mean, we tend not to trust people, but if we trust people, we trust them with everything. So if you are able to advertise your product or service with an influencer that we trust to, you're going to have lots of new customers, lots of new leads, indeed. The last thing about media channels that you might utilize for your needs is social networks, and that comes down to just VK. We don't go to Facebook often, we use VK. Not that often as we used to be, like, because now Telegram is completely taking over, but VK is still sort of popular thing. You might want to have a page there just to post occasionally, time to time, so offer updates or company news, whatever content you have at your disposal. And I think that is it regarding media channels. And I'm going to talk now more about payments. Payments are important, actually. If you are serious about the market, you need to adjust your infrastructure accordingly. First of all, we really like to be paid often. And it's not rare that some of the local networks pay their affiliates on daily basis. Imagine, they paid for their conversions like today that were generated yesterday. And you might to keep it in mind, at least I would say prepare to pay weekly. And that is important because otherwise it will be hard for you to compete with local guys. Second thing that you want to consider is local payment methods. We don't like PayPal at all. We don't have Nettler here. We don't have Pioneer here. And many other services that you are used to there on the West. We like web money. We used to like e-payments, but it's currently unavailable, but there are rumors circulating that they're going to be back soon, e-payments. That was personally my favorite payment solutions, brilliant and widely used. And another option that lots of affiliates are using now, that payment service is called Capitalist. Like a capitalist, and then it's Russian-based business that provide fast and secure payments from a network to an affiliate. If you want to enter this market, pay us the way we are used to, and let us pay to you the way we are used to. I mean, if you are an ad network, let us top up the network with web money or Yandex money or crypto, for example. Crypto is also a way to go. Paxum is another option that is not that wide, but I think if you have it and you have brilliant offers or exclusive traffic, yeah, some affiliates would be able to get themselves a Paxum account. But I would say Capitalist and web money are the most important thing. We also do accept wires, not by everyone, because those money are actually, coming to your bank, and not all the affiliates like to expose their incomes. But yeah, that is something that we can accept. Another downside of a wire transfer is that it might take up to like 5 days to land to a local bank here. So kind of you need to have it, but please do think about other payment methods. And just to end my talk, I wanted to speak about going the extra mile. What I mean by that is that the competition is intense here. You definitely do want those teams of 100 people driving traffic to work with your company. You definitely want, but you are not the only one. So the competition is intense here. And the competition is intense, and you kind of want to go this extra mile and offer something extra again. What I might suggest, what is common here, different sorts of contests. Like, we like to draw a Porsche car. How do I explain it? Here I need to pause and begin again. Like contests, for example, we like different sort of draws and contests, and affiliate networks, especially local ones, they like to have it. You drive traffic and have a chance to win a prize. Basically, that's what it is. Major prizes are usually cars, or I even seen apartments and luxury villa on Bali, for example. All sorts of crazy things, like Tesla cars, like Ferrari cars, all sorts of supercars and stuff. Why? Because you want people to drive traffic to you. Let me explain it to you briefly. Even though most of the networks are saying that you have unique offers, you don't. I mean, most of the offers are the same, and when choosing who to work with, what network I should drive traffic to, that the chance to win a Porsche car can be a big argument for me. And you might want to consider is another thing is loyalty programs. Many networks have their loyalty programs that you can run traffic and collect sort of points, and then you can exchange those points on certain things, like, I don't know, iPhones or speakers, watches, depending on how many points you have collected. And it's also a cool motivation for guys. It's just like if I have this choice, who to work with, and in network A, I just have my payouts, but in network B I have payouts plus I collect points that at the end of the month I can exchange for a new MacBook, for example. The choice is obvious, sort of. You might want to consider that too. Last thing about going this extra mile, for me, we like to party, party like Russian. We like to party, and we like to drink for free. So if you really want to build this good connection and partnership, do organize some events for your affiliates. Even small gatherings will do. Like you go to a conference, do dinner for your partners, or just do it without any reason. Rent a restaurant, rent an MC, or a DJ, buy some nice drinks, cigars, and we will appreciate it big way, and that will end up as a real money in your pocket. I think that is it about going the extra mile, and I'm going to my conclusion. And well, it's sort of obvious. The market is huge. It is huge in size, and the players are huge guys too. As I mentioned, it's not rare to have 100 plus people, companies doing nothing but monetizing their traffic. Find someone who speaks Russian and localize and translate your documentations. Consider those media channels that I mentioned. Be present in Telegram, on some forums at least. Do try to advertise in those media outlets and bloggers that I mentioned. Prepare your payment infrastructure and go that extra mile. Do that for us, and we will probably make you rich. If you need any help with any of those mentioned, contact me anytime, and I might be able to help you with your strategy to establish solid presence here on the CIS market. Thank you very much for hosting this event. Thanks to MaxWeb, and to you guys, thanks for watching me.